Whenever you drive an Audi, every aspect of it feels so precise. It's like it's been mapped out to the nearest millimetre. The A6 Avant is a really good example of that, and it comes from the traditional Audi style of evolution rather than revolution. It hasn't tried to reinvent the wheel here. In fact, the car still looks like a scaled up or down version of every other Audi on sale. But for this category, the quality and the technology on offer, it's as good as we've seen. Big Audis always seem to look better as estates. Up front, the defining feature of the A6 Avant are these very bold LED headlamps coupled to this single frame grille with the cut-off corners. But the rest of the car appears less aggressive and more delicate, as if it doesn't really feel the need to shout. Check out this crease in the shoulder line that widens and then tapers as it runs from the front to the back. It visually stretches the car and it creates this lovely interplay between light and shadow. The boot might not be as spacious as a Mercedes E-Class, but it has a completely flat loading bay and also fold down rear seats, so it can easily accommodate that occasional dishwasher to the tip scenario. There are also a load of practical considerations like straps, hooks, a rail-mounted luggage fixing system, and you can even spec Audi's hands-free operational system. The interior of the Audi A6 Avant is noticeably more upmarket than its rivals. Everywhere you look, there is tangible quality. The materials, like these very tactile aluminium dials, the shut lines, even the way the door thunks, it's stunning. You can also see technology from the flagship A8 saloon cascading down into this model. So we've got the latest incarnation of Audi's MMI control system, standard, as is dual zone climate control, leather seats, Bluetooth, and if you've got money to burn, you can even spec some more extravagant options like night vision and a Bang & Olufsen sound system. Although the car's physical footprint hasn't changed much since the previous generation A6, the wheelbase is longer, so you get a lot more rear legroom. But you'll find the seating back there a bit firmer and a bit more upright compared to something like the Mercedes E-Class. The A6 Avant is also leading the push on reducing emissions in this category with this 177 horsepower 2-litre diesel. Now for a 4-cylinder unit, it offers a surprising amount of mechanical refinement and should help keep your running costs nice and low. It's quiet-ish, quick enough. The ride quality is so much better than the previous generation car. In fact, the only real issue I've got with this manual version is that the pedals are slightly offset. Like the Jaguar XF, there's a lot of aluminium in the construction of the A6, and that's made it one of the lightest cars in its category, so it should be quite agile, which it is, but the problem is it's not that entertaining, and that's because entry-level models use a front-wheel drivetrain, and front-wheel drive chassis are always going to come unstuck against rear-wheel drive offerings in the driver's department. They're just not as fun, they're not as engaging to drive. However, if you don't mind pushing the emissions card so much, we'd say the 3-litre diesel with Quattro 4-wheel drive could probably be the ultimate load lugger. So the Audi A6 Avant remains a different but equally very appealing alternative to the BMW 5 Series Touring and Mercedes E-Class estate. Not quite as dynamic as the Beamer, not quite as comfy as the Merc, but it has a rock-solid image, a cabin that reeks of quality, and an equipment list that is just frankly incredible, even if it does come at a price.